If you've been wondering what all the fuss is about Taylor, South Carolina, this is the video that you want to watch. My wife and I live in Taylor, South Carolina, and I'll tell you why we moved to the area, what we love about it, and some things we found that we don't like as much. Hi, I'm Evan Whaley, your favorite Greenville realtor. Let's talk about Taylor's. Taylor's, South Carolina has a little over 23,000 people that live within the city limits. Taylor's is a suburb of Greenville, South Carolina, and depending on where you're at, you're normally about a 15 to 30 minute drive into downtown Greenville. Before we get into all the wonderful things about Taylor's, let's talk about a couple things that you might not like and that you should know if you're thinking about making a move to the area. One of the negatives that you should know about living in the Taylor's area, and it depends on what area of Taylor's that you're in, you might not have this issue at all, but it's something to make sure that you pay attention to. There are a few different train tracks that are in the Taylor's area. They do have a pretty steady flow. So if you're someone that's concerned about train noise or potentially, not being able to go your normal path to work or to a grocery store or whatever, that is something I would make sure that you pay attention to make sure that you know that there potentially could be a train there. Another thing about Taylor's that I feel like is really important for you to know is Taylor's doesn't have a true downtown. Now they have developed Taylor's Mill, which is a really awesome area, and I'm going to talk about that in one of the highlights of this video. But when you compare Taylor's to Greer, Simpsonville, and some of the other suburbs in the area, they don't have as large of a downtown scene. One of the other things to know about Taylor's, if you're someone that's looking for local restaurants, Taylor's does have some really good ones, but when you compare it to Simpsonville and Greer and some of the other nearby suburbs, they tend to just have a little bit more local flavor, and I think that's because they have their own downtown. Now Taylor's does offer the convenience of having pretty much all the large major chain restaurants, fast food restaurants, all that on Wade Hampton. So there's kind of a trade-off there, and it kind of depends on what you're looking for. And again, there are still some really wonderful restaurants, but it's just not as many. So just something to keep in mind. Lastly, parts of Taylor's are just a little bit further away from like 385 and 85. So if you're looking to do any traveling, it might just take you a couple extra minutes. But it's closer to the airport, so there's some trade-offs here and there depending on what you're looking for. So we've talked about some of the reasons why you might not want to move to Taylor's. Now let's talk about all the wonderful things. Again, my wife and I live in Taylor's. We absolutely love it. Let's talk about some of the big advantages and things that we've found that other people, our friends as well, have said that they really love about Taylor's. Let's start first with the location. We'll talk about a couple different location advantages in Taylor's compared to some of the other areas in the upstate. One of which is Taylor's is very close to downtown depending on where you live. You can be anywhere from 15 to about 25 minutes from downtown. Of course, traffic can change things. Another thing, Taylor's has some really strong school systems. If you look on grader schools, Taylor's will have some of the highest rated school systems in the area. Another big plus when you're thinking about Taylor's is it's near the mountain area. So if you're someone that wants to go hiking, mountain biking, all those things, that is a really big advantage of Taylor's. From a location standpoint, Taylor's is north, and that's where the lakes, the mountains, the hiking, mountain biking, all of that stuff is available to you. So if you're someone who wants to be outdoors, that is a really strong attraction to the Taylor's area. Taylor's is also very close to Paris Mountain State Park. So that's another really huge advantage. That's one of the big attractions in the area. That's actually one of the things when people come and visit that I always tell them, hey, go visit. I think that's truly unique and incredible to have that state park that's like right there in your backyard, basically. Some other really big advantages and things that we've really loved. There's 4 parks that are nearby in the Taylor's area. That's something our son really loves and really appreciates. Where we live, there's actually a grocery store right outside of our neighborhood. There's several different places to eat and shop. So that's really nice. And we have Wade Hampton just a couple minutes away from us, which has basically everything you need as far as all of your normal conveniences, from grocery stores to chain restaurants, fast food restaurants. Of course, there are some local places mixed in there as well. So that's something we really love and appreciate, is we don't have to go more than 5 to 10 minutes to pretty much get anything that we would need. If you're a golfer, Taylor's could be a great area for you. Pebble Creek Golf Course is in Taylor's. That's an 18-hole golf course. That's something that you could come in public and join or play. Pebble Creek also offers a lot of really great neighborhoods in the area. Another really huge advantage for the Taylor's area is it's a little less crowded than some of the other suburbs, since the neighborhoods tend to be larger lots, a little bit more spaced out. You've got mature landscaping. So it's got that beauty and charm that really attracts people if they're looking for that. One of my favorite things about living in Taylor's is actually the Taylor's Mill area. They've really done a wonderful job of developing that. That was an old mill that they turned into restaurants. There's an arcade there, there's a brewery there. There's several different places that you can go, and it really is a unique place, and it's really one that you can have a really great time with whatever your interests really are. 13 Stripes is actually a brewery in the area that is really family friendly. They offer food, they have a huge outdoor space where kids, dogs, and all of that can go out and just play and have a really good time. We've been there several times, and it's always a really nice atmosphere, and it's really fun to be there during the day, and we bring our son and our dog and just have a really good time. Another huge advantage of Taylor's is there's Otter Creek Water Park in the area. Otter Creek has 4 or 5 different slides. They've got a pool area. It really is nice to have a water park that's only 5 to 10 minutes from your house. On a hot summer day, you can go out to the water park, have some fun in the sun, and just really enjoy your time out there. If you're someone that likes doing indoor rock climbing, they have Blue Ridge rock climbing in the area, so that is something that's fun for people of all ages. Lastly, if you're someone that enjoys the lakes, you have 2 lakes nearby as well. If you're thinking about relocating to the area, I would definitely put Taylor's on your list. Do a driving tour, come and see the area. Feel free, reach out to me, ask me any questions. I'd be happy to answer any of those for you as a perspective of someone who actually lives in the area and even works in the area. I'm curious, what did you find to be the most helpful thing that you learned about Taylor's? Go ahead, drop a comment down below. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up and go ahead and subscribe if you want to see more of our content again in the future.